Are you tired or are you burning out? Because those two things are not the same. When you are tired, rest usually helps. You sleep a little more, you take a weekend off, you relax for a few hours, and after that, your energy slowly comes back. But burnout is different. You can sleep and still wake up exhausted. You can take a day off and still feel empty. You can have free time and still not want to do anything. You can finish work and still feel like your brain never stops running. That is because burnout is not just about needing more sleep. Burnout happens when your brain and body have been under stress for too long. And here is the part most people miss. Burnout does not always begin with exhaustion. Sometimes it begins much earlier. It begins when you stop feeling interested, when your brain only sees problems, when nothing feels rewarding anymore, when your focus disappears, and when you slowly stop caring about things that used to matter. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs you are burning out, not just tired, and pay close attention to sign number 5 because that is the one most people ignore. It does not feel dramatic. It does not always feel like a breakdown. It just feels like you stopped caring, and that is exactly why it can be dangerous. Let's begin. Sign number 1, you stop feeling curious. The first thing burnout takes from you is not always energy. Sometimes it takes your curiosity. You stop feeling interested in things. That book you wanted to read just sits there. That hobby you used to enjoy now feels like work. That video, podcast, class, or idea that once excited you no longer pulls you in. You still do what you have to do. You go to work. You answer messages. You handle responsibilities. You get through the day, but you stop exploring. You stop wondering. You stop feeling fascinated by life. And because it happens slowly, you may not notice it. You might tell yourself, I'm just busy. I'm getting older. I'm not passionate anymore. But sometimes that is not the truth. Sometimes your brain is entering survival mode. Think of your brain like a phone with low battery. When the battery gets too low, it starts turning off extra features to save power. Burnout does the same thing. Your brain starts cutting the extras: curiosity, creativity, play, exploration, interest. Not because those things are useless, but because your brain is trying to save energy. So ask yourself, when was the last time you felt genuinely curious about something? Not because it helped your career, not because it made you more productive, just because it was interesting. If that question is hard to answer, burnout may already be starting. Sign number 2, your brain only sees problems. When stress lasts too long, your brain can become a threat detector. You wake up and immediately think about what could go wrong. You open your email and only notice the stressful messages. You look at your schedule and only see pressure. You think about the future and only see risk. Your brain starts asking, what did I forget? What could go wrong? What problem is coming next? What if I can't handle this? This can make life feel heavy even when nothing terrible is happening. You are not being negative on purpose. Your brain is trying to protect you, but when it stays in protection mode for too long, it stops looking for what is good. It stops noticing progress. It stops noticing small wins. It stops noticing peaceful moments. It stops noticing opportunities. And slowly, your attention becomes trained to search only for what is wrong. That is one reason burnout feels so mentally exhausting. Even when you are sitting still, your brain is working hard, scanning, preparing, predicting, worrying, checking for danger. So if you feel like your mind is always looking for the next problem, do not immediately blame yourself. You may not be pessimistic. Your brain may just be stuck in survival mode. Sign number 3, nothing feels rewarding anymore. This stage is confusing because from the outside, your life may look fine. You finish a task, you reach a goal, someone compliments you, you complete something important. But inside, you feel almost nothing. No real excitement, no satisfaction, no deep feeling of accomplishment, just, okay, what's next? This is where many people think they have a motivation problem. But sometimes it is not motivation. It is your reward system getting tired. When burnout grows, the brain can stop responding strongly to things that used to feel good. A compliment feels small. A success feels empty. A goal feels like another box to check. Even rest does not feel fully restful. And this is dangerous because many people try to fix this the wrong way. They think, maybe I need a bigger goal. Maybe I need to work harder. Maybe I need to achieve more. But if your reward system is tired, bigger achievements may not solve the problem. It is like turning up the volume on a broken speaker. The problem is not that the music is too quiet. The problem is that the speaker needs repair. So if your wins no longer feel like wins, pause. Your brain may not need more pressure. It may need smaller rewards, slower moments, and permission to feel satisfied again. Sign number 4, brain fog becomes normal. This is the stage where burnout becomes hard to ignore. You read the same sentence 3 times. You walk into a room and forget why you went there. You lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence. Simple tasks feel strangely difficult. You sit down to focus, but your brain feels slow, heavy, and cloudy. And because you remember how sharp you used to feel, this can be scary. You start thinking, what is wrong with me? Am I getting lazy? Why can't I focus anymore? But burnout is not making you less intelligent. It is making your mental energy less available. Imagine your phone running 20 apps in the background. The phone still works, but everything becomes slower. Your brain is similar. When stress is running in the background all day, it uses mental bandwidth. It uses energy for worry, energy for emotional control, energy for staying alert, energy for thinking about unfinished tasks. And that leaves less energy for focus, memory, creativity, and clear thinking. So if brain fog has become normal for you, it may not mean you are failing. It may mean your brain is overloaded. You do not need to shame yourself. You need to reduce the mental load. Write things down, clear small tasks, take real breaks. Stop asking your brain to hold everything at once. A foggy brain does not need more pressure. It needs space. Sign number 5, you stop caring. This is the sign most people ignore because it does not always feel like burnout. It can feel like you just became different. You do not feel deeply sad. You do not feel dramatic. You do not break down. Why? The goals that used to excite you feel far away. The hobbies that used to make you feel alive feel pointless. The people you love still matter, but you feel emotionally distant. Good news does not move you much. Bad news does not shock you much. You are not really happy. You are not really upset. You are just numb. And this stage can be dangerous because it can start to feel normal. You may tell yourself, maybe this is just adulthood. Maybe this is just life. Maybe this is who I am now. But often, that is not who you are. That is who chronic stress trained you to become. Sometimes your brain shuts down feelings because it is trying to protect you from overload. If caring feels too expensive, the brain may choose numbness. But numbness is not peace. Indifference is not healing. And burnout does not just steal your energy, it steals your connection to life. So if you have stopped caring about things that once mattered, do not ignore that sign. It may be your brain saying, I have been carrying too much for too long. Now, how do you begin to recover? Not by treating burnout like another productivity project, not by trying to optimize yourself harder, not by forcing yourself to become motivated overnight. Recovery means rebuilding what burnout took away. If burnout stole your curiosity, start feeding curiosity again. Learn something with no practical purpose. Watch something interesting. Read something random. Ask a question just because you want to know. If burnout turned your brain into a threat detector, start noticing progress, not perfection, progress. At the end of the day, ask, what improved today, even a little? If nothing feels rewarding, start with small wins. Finish one small task. Clean one small space. Take one short walk. Then pause and let yourself feel the completion. If brain fog is taking over, reduce mental clutter. Write things down. Use lists. Stop forcing your brain to remember everything. And if you have stopped caring, reconnect with what makes you feel present. Not productive. Present. A real conversation. A walk outside. A song you love. A hobby with no goal. A quiet moment where you are not trying to achieve anything. Because recovery is not just about resting more. It is about reconnecting with life again. With curiosity, with progress, with small joy, with people, with your own sense of self. So remember this, you are not lazy, you are not weak, you are not broken. You may simply have been in stress mode for too long. Burnout can change the brain, But the brain can also change again. You can come back slowly, gently, one small step at a time. Burnout does not just steal your energy, it steals your relationship with life. And recovery is learning how to feel connected again. If this video helped you, hit the like button so more people can recognize burnout before it gets worse. Share this with someone who keeps saying they are just tired, but may actually be burning out. And subscribe for more simple brain tricks, mindset tools, and daily habits that help you feel calmer, clearer, and more in control. Remember, you are not just here to manage life. You are here to feel alive in it.